What's going on, everybody? Welcome into TV Sports 27. We're recording the audio into the controller mic, so pardon me and not sounding that great. We got the microphone packed up right now, but we're jumping to you on the controller mic just to let you know that we're back. San Diego Padres baseball, our first road games of the season. We had the neutral site games in South Korea earlier with the Dodgers. We are 7-2, tied with the Dodgers, and we are getting ready for our first road game of the season, our second time to see the San Francisco Giants. We took 3 of 4 from them earlier in the year. We whooped up on them pretty good. Let's see if we can continue that, as we're doing good, keeping really good pace with the Dodgers. Padres and Giants coming your way. Enjoy MLB The Show, TV Sports style.
Festivities are wrapping up. This place is rocking. The home opener is coming up next. Hello from San Francisco, California. We're live at Oracle Park. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the San Diego Padres taking on the San Francisco Giants. With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Chambi. The cameras are out for this one, partner. Home openers are unique and always bring a special type of energy to the ballpark.
Today is a celebration. It is the beginning of a new year, and there's no other game like this one on the schedule. It's the first time playing inside your home stadium with your brand new teammates, and you know the fans are going to bring the energy. The excitement is already building in here.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just a little bit away from first pitch. And today on the hill, Tyler Mahle.
Well, the key for him usually centers around his ability to command all 4 of his pitches. I mean, he can get by with 3 if one isn't working, but it becomes a little tougher to keep hitters guessing, especially when you start to get through the second and third time through the order. So we'll see how he incorporates all of his stuff into this one.
So digging in now for San Diego, Jackson Merrill. Next offering misses. Ball 2. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there. The wind and the pitch. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So a man on base to start the inning.
Batting second, the shortstop.
It's Xander Bogaerts now. The pitch. And there's a ball.
2-1.
Runner at first with no outs here. In the air, left field. Puts it away for the out. Fernando Tatis Jr. to hit here.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
Tatis waits.
3-2.
Caught him looking for the K. Here's Manny Machado now. That one ripped. Bader ranging back. And that one's gone into the bleachers. Home run number 5 on the season. It's 2-0. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. Took on the big part of the yard for that home run and just barely got it over the wall. I thought for a second he brought it back out there too. He gave it a great effort, but you know, those plays are so tough to pull off, and I'm sure he'd love to have another shot at it.
So 2 down. Next for the Padres, Ty France. There's a swing and a drive. That one back there. Drops for a hit. He couldn't run it down. And that rolls into the corner.
That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Here's Nicholas Castellanos. And he deals. Right through there. Got it. Inning over, and it could have been worse. 2 across on this San Diego homer. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here with my pal Singy. And on the mound for San Diego in this one, it's Walker Buehler. Not the best results a year ago, looking for better this season, Chris.
Yeah, and I think this guy understands that if he doesn't make quicker adjustments and show improvement, that the patience that his manager has will not last as long as it did last year. So we'll see if he can get off to a great start. Perhaps the work that he did in the offseason will show good results early on. But he's got to get out of the gates going strong, or else he may find himself in the bullpen or back in the minor leagues.
The wind of the pitch. And down on strikes. 1 gone, bottom half of the first.
Well, that's a pitch, that slider from an opposite-handed pitcher that you usually see very well, but for some reason he didn't pick it up, and it just kind of got into the strike zone late. Gave up on it a little bit early.
And that one is lifted in the air. Dunks one into left.
Batting third.
Man aboard, and here is Devers. The 1-1. Fought off foul. Lee over at first with 1 away. And down on strikes he goes. 2 down.
Well, he's got great strikeout stuff on the mound, doesn't he? I mean, double-digit strikeouts in his last start, and he's just racking them up again in this one. This guy can really dominate a game out there. Not a fun assignment for any lineup.
Here's Elliot Ramos. Next offering is in for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a pitch. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. That's back there. Into the bleachers and gone. A gigantic blast. And we're level. It's 2-2.
They put a good swing on it, but the box score might want to credit the win for that home run. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
And now Bader up to the plate. 2 outs. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Castellanos sizing this one up. Hauls it in to end the inning. The Giants strike for a pair as you get another look at the 2-run dinger. And we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. All set for the start of the inning. Stepping in for San Diego, Jake Cronenworth. Left-hand batter waits. And that one fouled off. Saying he wasn't very sharp in the first, got hit around a little bit, just wasn't able to locate particularly well. A lot of stuff in the fat part of the plate.
Yeah, Boog, he wasn't fooling anyone. It's a tough place to be because it's not always obvious what adjustments need to be made. Sometimes it's location, sometimes it's being too predictable. Sometimes you're tipping your pitches. He's going to need to figure it out quickly, though. That's a tough play for the infielder, ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where are you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
That's hard hit on the line. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 down.
Batting up. The catcher, Freddie.
2 outs, base is empty. Freddie Fermin getting ready to hit. Tied up here in the early going. And now 2-1.
He gave up a couple of runs in the first. His offense picked him up. It's time for him to settle in now and throw up some zeros on that scoreboard.
And that one lifted in the air center field. And that is that. Bottom of the second inning coming up. All square at 2 apiece. And we're back. Bottom of the inning. Willie Adames stands in. Next offering misses down and away. The 2-2.
Helpful.
And he walked him.
Nope. Ball four.
Well, he earned his trip to first right there. It's not easy laying off pitches that just miss the zone like that. And it's a real discipline as well. He's put a lot of work into that aspect of his game, and it paid off right there.
The 1-1 is fouled off. One-two now. Got him swinging.
Well, that was the cutter down and in right there. And typically, if you're going to have a chance with the pitch, if it's down, that's your best chance of doing anything with it. It's kind of like a mini slider, just with a little less vertical.
Oh, now this one gets away at the plate. Adames into scoring position on the wild pitch, and there goes the double play possibility. Next offering in there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Assigned to home plate duty is Ricky Holiday.
Boog, and something I've heard players saying about Ricky's strike zone is how he will.
Oh, now this ball's going to get through, and that's a base hit. Relay throw home, but it's offline. It's 3-2.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI out. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
In the dirt, blocked. In there safely. Chapman into scoring position on the wild pitch, and there goes the double play possibility. And now time is called as there's a visit to the mound. Just talking things over, nobody getting loose out in the pen, so a little consultation. Man at second. Swing and a ball popped up. Bogarts makes the catch. That's out number 2. So the batting order turns over. Luis Arraez stands in. The pitch. And a ground ball to first. And foul ball. Man on second, 2 down. And a swing and a miss. And that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. A run, a hit, and a man left. We head on now to the top of the third. It's the Giants 3 and the Padres 2. Back here in San Francisco, on to the third inning. Up now the Padre leadoff man, Jackson Merrill. And the pitch. Up the middle, Adames. Whips it to first on the run. Leadoff hitter gone in the third.
The batter, number 2, shortstop.
Now here's Xander Bogaerts now. 1 out, bases empty. Bounce to third. Chapman. On to first. Bogaerts retired.
The batter, the right fielder, Fernando.
And the batter will be Fernando Tatis Jr. The Padres down by a run here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Next offering is in for a strike. Just misses the mark outside the zone.
It's a good take.
Swings and misses, struck him out. Nothing doing there for the Friars. Back here at Oracle Park, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And digging in for San Francisco, Jung-Hoo Lee. The 1-1. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. In safely, it's a double, and his second hit.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Rafael Devers up to hit.
Yeah, and here's a fun stat on Devers. He's at his best when he's hitting homers and doubles, and by the time he was 26 years old, Devers already had over 150 home runs and more than 200 doubles. He's just the 15th player in baseball history with those kinds of numbers at that age.
Man at second. Got him looking, and he didn't like the call.
No, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Elliot Ramos. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some runner breaks for third. There's a ball. Oh, the throw is wild. And that's a stolen base, not even close. And in comes the runner from second to score. A big mistake there.
Well, catchers can get a little excited right here when it's a shorter throw, but anything offline could result in a run. And right there, the throwing error leads to another run score.
And a swing and a miss. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. One down, base is empty. Now it's 3-2. Outside, and that is ball 4.
The center fielder.
So man aboard. Here's the center fielder, Harrison Bader. The 1-1. Now that's smacked to right center. And that's a base hit. Ramos around second, headed for third. Coming home. He'll score. It's 5-2. And he's got himself a triple.
Well done. Drives in the run. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Bader takes his lead at third with 1 away. And now time is called as we'll get a visit to the mound. 2 relievers just got up to throw out there in the bullpen. And now Willie Adames. And that drops in for a strike. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. And a pitch. Runner on at third, one gone. Bounce to the right. Cronenworth rolls on to first. There for the out. Runner scores from third. So 2 down now, and here is Bryce Eldridge. And now it's 1-2. Wouldn't chase that time.
Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
Now all even up. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Two gone, bases empty, but 3 runs across here in the last half of the third. And now it's filled up. Got him looking. And that will end the inning. So they get 3 runs, only 2 hits, an error, no one left. On to inning number 4. It's the Giants 6 and the Padres 2. Start of the 4th, Manny Machado up to the plate. When you talk about elite defensive third baseman, this guy is at the top of the list.
When you look at players like this, you play that hot corner, got to be pretty courageous over there with the way balls come off the bat. That's the kind of guy that every year you expect him to be in the All-Star game and have a Gold Glove, if not a Platinum Glove.
Line drive, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Ty France, the next up for the Padres. The count 2-1. Down the line. Lee on his way over. And there's one down.
Now back, left field.
Man at first. Nick Castellanos at the plate now. Right-hander kick steals. And that's ball 4.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound, but you know his confidence should still be high enough to get out of this, but he's gonna have to buckle down right here.
Now here's Jake Cronenworth. 1 out. Runners at first and second. Two now. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Two on, 1 out. Hit hard. That gets through. Throw back in. Holds the runner at third. Base is now loaded. Only 1 away.
Love how he let that ball travel. Trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Base is loaded with 1 away. And next is the designated hitter, Sung-Yun Song. And another ball. The 3-1. Left field, way back there. Can't get there, and now maybe extra bases. Now 2 met at third, and that's going to be an out. Gets back to first, no problem, and a run comes in to score. Freddie Fermin, the next up for the Padres. Kicks and fires. That one is absolutely belted. 1 run is in, and that one is off the wall. Throw in holds that trail runner at third base. They're at the corners with 2 away.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. He put a great swing on that ball. Took the barrel right to it. Nice extension as well. 105 exit velocity. That tells you everything you need to know about that swing.
Back to the top of the lineup, and now the center fielder, Jackson Merrill. 2 on, 2 outs. Good eye in that spot.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs.
Well, when those hitters count, sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
And the right-hander deals. Pitch misses. Full count, 3-2. Xander Bogaerts in the San Diego on deck circle. Two outs, and they're all loaded up.
Pitch count's getting up there now, and not saying that's the reason for this walk, but this is the point in the game when every sign of wavering starts to get everyone's attention.
Kicks and deals. And a swing and a miss there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The Padres trailing by 2, top half of inning number 4. On the ground, Adames. They get the force. They limit the damage here. 2 runs in the inning, but they strand 3. And midway in the 4th, it's the Giants 6, Padres 4. Welcome back, and they turn to a new arm as we kick off the bottom of the 4th. Adrian Morejon.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Now Matt Chapman at the plate. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. That misses, and a count 2-1.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
In the air, right field. He can't get there. It's a base hit.
The catcher, number 14.
So man aboard, Patrick Bailey, the next Giant to hit. Chapman gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Little trouble with this one behind the plate. He is safe. And now a man into scoring position.
This is something that'll happen to him from time to time behind the dish. The defense is a part of his game he's trying to improve, but right there just couldn't squeeze it, and it cost him.
This one lifted in the air, left field, in and to his right. He's got it, and there's one down.
The batter, number 1, second baseman, Luis.
So the lineup flips over. Now it's the Giants' leadoff hitter, Luis Arias. Swing and a miss as he was late.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
1-2 now. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Now 2 out.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Brings it in. And that is that. So they can't do anything with the leadoff single there. On to the top of the 5th we go. It's the Giants 6, Padres 4. We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. J.T. Brubaker.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of him. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
So digging in, Fernando Tatis Jr.
Fernando Tatis Jr.
The 1-1.
That's a ball.
You know, these Padres putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really want...
Oh, now this one's high and deep. Way back there. On its way. Gone. His 7th home run of the season. It's 6-5. So the streak stays alive. His 4th straight game with a home run.
Boog, that's like a cycle of home runs, and I know how much you love the cycle. He's absolutely punishing mistakes right now he can't miss. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And, you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
Here's Machado. Righty delivers. This one's smoked on its way out of here. Another homer. His 2nd home run of the game, and we are starting over. It's 6-6.
That's a game changer right there. A big time swing, and we're all tied up. Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Ty France will hit next. That one finds the zone. It's 2-2. Nobody on, nobody out, and we're at the top of the 5th. And now the count is full. And another power hitter lurking in the on-deck circle. Action in the San Francisco bullpen. Number 88 getting ready to come in for Bob Melvin. Buto warming up as well. Hammered, and this one could be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. And he's got his 2nd double of the game.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. Great hands on that swing to take the inside pitch and drive it into the gap for the double. It's easy to spin off a pitch like that, Boog, and you can pull that thing foul, but that was perfect. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Go ahead run on base. Nick Castellanos, the next up for the Padres. Next offering is in for a strike. France at 2nd with nobody out. And another ball.
2 strikes.
Bounced up the middle. Eldridge.
he's
Steps
down.
on the bag. Quick recovery from the misplay. Pays off for the out.
Not a bad outcome in that spot. The runner moves up to third, and now they have a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. It's not a knock, but at the end of the day, it's a good at-bat.
Now, Jake Cronenworth. And now 1-2.
Well, we call that keyhole. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
One away with a runner at third. Line, and that's a base hit. Runner from third in to score. They lead it now. It's 7-6.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps.
Now on the bump, number 88. This is his 5th appearance of the year. So up next, Sung-Yun Song. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only one away. Here's the catcher to hit, Freddie Fermin. Ball to strike, the pitch, and a sac bunt here. The runners move up on the sacrifice.
That was a productive at-bat. You know you're doing something right anytime you help move two runners into scoring position and give your team a chance to drive in a few runs, even if it's still kind of early in the game.
So digging in now for San Diego, Jackson Merrill. Two on, two outs. That's to third, Chapman. Zips it across. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. And this is now a 7-6 ball game. Back now to start the bottom of the 5th and taking over on the mound, Jeremiah Estrada.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
Next offering down in the dirt. Fouls that off to the left, and will do it again.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
Puts it in the air out towards left center. Hauls it in for the out.
Well, such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle, but I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
Next offering is outside. And a swing and a miss. 2 away.
Well, we see it a lot more these days than we ever did when I played, but a slider in the 90s still catches your attention. Even if you're sitting on the pitch, good luck recognizing that tight spin and adjusting to the late break.
Now a check swing at the 1-1. Look down to first. Did not go. 2 down, nobody on. He swings and fouls one off. 2-2 down. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. 5 innings complete. It's the Padres 7 and the Giants 6. Top of the 6th inning. Here's Xander Bogaerts.
The shortstop, Xander Bogaerts.
The lefty fires.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. The pitch. And that's downstairs and outside. Pitch misses there, and that's ball 3.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
3 balls, 2 strikes the count. On the ground to the left, Adames sends it across to first. Bogarts retired.
Now that right fielder, Fernando Tatis Jr.
Now it's Fernando Tatis Jr. It was a homer for him back in the 5th. Just a solo shot, but an important swing in this game.
Yeah, and it was a beautiful swing as well. Everything just came together timing-wise, and he blasted it out of here.
Base is empty, 1 away, and we're the top half of the 6th. That one's in there, and that is strike 2. On a line, base hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
Nice swing to drive that pitch up the middle. Could have easily been out in front on the off speed and pulled off of it, but he was looking to use the big part of the field, and he executed his plan perfectly.
Now Machado up here. He's already homered twice, the last one back in the 5th.
This seems like he can't miss right now, seeing the baseball as well as anyone on the field. Now, I know the odds are against him, but who's going to bet against this guy right now?
The 1-1. Rips one to right. Pulls up, and that's in there for a knock. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
So first and second with 1 gone. Ty France, the next up for the Padres. On the ground to short, could be 2. There's 1, and that's 2.
Got the batter to hit it exactly where he wanted. That textbook 6-4-3 double play, gets out of the jam and back in the dugout.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 6th. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Willie Adames. 2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
2 strikes.
In the air out towards right center. Tatis makes the grab on the run.
The first baseman, number 8, Bryce Eldridge.
Now at the plate, Bryce Eldridge. Home team down a run here in the bottom of the 6th. On the ground out to short. Bogarts with the throw to first. 2 gone now.
Now batting, third baseman, Matt Chapman.
And here is Matt Chapman. 2 outs. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. A solo shot. His 2nd of the year in 7-7.
That's exactly what this crowd wanted to see in this spot. He blasted that pitch. Well, I'm sure there's a big grin on his face right now, Boog. He's probably had some of those that didn't stay fair, but off the bat, it looked like it was going to bend foul. Was able to keep it in there, tucked it nicely, and he gets the jog around the bases. Good for him.
Now here is Patrick Bailey. That one out to right. Tatis under this one. And that'll do it. The Giants are able to tie things up thanks to the solo home run. And we're deadlocked here at 7-7. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Sam Hentges. This is his first appearance of the season. Stepping in for San Diego, Nick Castellanos. Here's a 1-1. Fouled off. He was late.
Well, on paper, it's favorable to have a fairly quick inning here with 2 of the 3 hitters he's set to face batting from the left side, same side he throws from.
Back to right. Drop steps, heads back on it. He's got it, and there's one away. Jake Cronenworth digs in now.
The second baseman, Jake Cronenworth.
And another ball. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Eric Miller up and throwing. Buto, the right-hander, loosening up as well. All tied up here in the top half of inning number 7. That's a little bit low. Next offering is in for a strike.
Hanging in there pretty good against the lefty.
Here comes a pitch. In the air, left side. Ramos drifts towards it. Makes the grab. 2 down.
The batter,
Sung-Hyun Song, the next up for the Padres. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Fights it off. He'll see another. The wind of the pitch. Slider misses outside.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
Just missed.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Swings and misses. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Padres down in order. And this remains a 7-all tie. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Jason Adam hasn't pitched in the last 3 days. Back to the leadoff spot in the Giants lineup. Here's the second baseman, Luis Arias. Inside corner, and that's called a strike. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Now it's the right fielder, Jung-Hoon Lee. Base is empty, 1 away. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Lifted in the air down the left side, and it drops in. Now he'll turn for second. And he's into second base with 1 away as the go-ahead run.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it. Now a good opportunity to potentially jump ahead in this game here in the later innings.
Swings through that one.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Just misses. Now 2-2. One out. The go-ahead run is at second. You're in game 1 of this 3-game set. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. And the righty deals. Line drive, base hit. Headed for the plate. He scores and they have the lead. It's 8-7.
That ball was blasted, Boog, and as broadcasters, we can go weeks without seeing a ball hit 115 miles per hour, which is what StatCast tells us there. Man, he really got the bat through the zone and did not get cheated.
Yeah, that ball was absolutely smoked. Now a chance for Elliot Ramos.
2 balls,
Not
1
close with that one, and it's 2-1. Wouldn't
Ball
chase
3.
that time.
He's getting a little frustrated
3 balls,
out there on the
1 strike.
mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
And ball
That pitch is
4
in.
to a
Ball
board.
4. Oh, you know this guy wants to swing it, but he's showing some good patience in this one. It's the second time he's taken ball 4.
And this is inside.
Got the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boo.
And that's in there at the knees. Devers, the lead runner out at second. Ramos over at first with 1 away. And another ball.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Unafraid to throw it right there. That's trusting your stuff. Just 1 out away from getting out of a huge jam.
So first and second with 2 outs. Willie Adames, the next to hit. Missed with a changeup, and it's 2-1. And that's in for a strike. Swing and a miss, struck him out. But the RBI single pushes across a run. And this is now an 8-7 ball game. Back after this on the show. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Number 73.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Swung on, belted. Bader going back. Pulls it in on the warning track. So the San Diego batting order turns over. Jackson Merrill getting ready to hit. 1 down, base is empty. In the air to left center. This one's got a chance. And it's off the wall. Bader quickly throws it in as the tying run is forced to stop at second.
All over that one right there. Anytime you can drive a ball into the gap the other way, it feels so good. And that's when you know you're right where you need to be at the plate. It's even better when it gets you extra bases. Gotta love looking in at your dugout and seeing your teammates fired up. And now a crucial opportunity to tie up this game with another base hit.
Yeah, that's a little bit high. Yeah, that's ball 2. Bunt attempt, but that goes foul. With the go-ahead run at the plate, and we're in the top of the 8th. Got him swinging.
That's that classic wipeout slider below the zone right there. Just nasty. Looks like a fastball thigh high that you got to protect the zone, and then it's just that late break that fools you and kind of makes you look silly.
Fernando Tatis Jr., the next up for the Padres. So the tying run at second. That one missed. On a line. Reaching for it and brings it in.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there. And sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Bottom of the 8th. And here's the first baseman, Bryce Eldridge.
The first baseman, Bryce Eldridge.
That one finds the zone, and it's 3-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. Here comes a 3-2. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4. Matt Chapman up to the plate now. So the Padres with a new arm on the mound, Mason Miller.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
The pitch. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Not even close there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Runner at first. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out. And now the catcher comes up to him. Patrick Bailey. This one in the dirt. And an excellent job keeping it right there. Eldridge at first, 1 gone. Fastball for a strike.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
To the right side, and a base hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second, now 1 out.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And we'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Flips to second. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Through 8 full, it's the Giants 8 and the Padres 7. All set to start the 9th in this one. Here's the cleanup hitter for the Padres, Manny Machado.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tying run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with 1 swing here.
At the belt and fires.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
Two and 2. Good job to fight that one off. And here it comes. Hard ground ball, base knock. And the tying run is on with a leadoff single. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
Substitution now at first base. And pinch running for the Padres, Jay Bowen. No outs, runner at first. And now the first baseman, Ty France. Bunting for a hit, he pops it up. Chapman grabs it on the run. Well, he gave the bunt a shot there, but not able to execute.
Yeah, I think he rushed it a little bit, and when guys rush, it can be a pop-up or it can be bunted right back at a position player.
Throw to first, and he dives back in safely.
He's got plus speed, but in this situation, all eyes are going to be over there trying to keep his lead tight.
And a pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get in the scoring position.
Got him looking, and he did not like the call. So they're down to their final out. Next for the Padres, Jake Cronenworth. 1-1 now. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. He's got it. Ball game. And the Giants hold on to win a tight one as this one ends as a one-run ball game.
Well, Boog, 4 games wasn't too long of a losing streak, but they're definitely happy to be back in the win column. Now you can turn things around, get on the right track, and probably start a winning streak from here.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Giants, 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors. They left 6 runners on base. For the Padres, 7 runs on